Deep behind their lines or in isolated pockets, the airborne troops flown into battle by the Troop Carrier Command will press the attack to victory. To see them in action, the Fighting AAF takes you now to a secret rendezvous over Europe.
This is your AAF combat reporter, Lieutenant Tom Gahagan, speaking with an infantry element of the 1st Allied Airborne Army. The actual paratroop unit we are with is on the secret list, so that's all we can tell you of their organization. Our paratroopers have been given the 10-minute warning a few minutes ago. That means we'll be over the drop zone shortly. Here is the closest teamwork we've ever seen, and this is the procedure. The crew chief of the Douglas Sky Train, the C-47, gives a 10-minute verbal warning to the Jumpmaster. Exactly 4 minutes prior to the jump, a large red light flashes on, and each man hooks his chute cable to the static line. The men are ordered to stand up for this first move. Then the careful last-minute job is taken over by each man, checking. They check each other's equipment and see that it is all in perfect order. When we get the jump signal, these men hit the chute. You may know paratroopers are used to spearhead both large and small attacks, or they themselves are the attacking unit. The most highly trained and specialized combat troops in the Allied forces. The Jumpmaster, the officer who is in charge of the men, signals them when to jump, takes off first, and is their leader in the ground action below. In this case, he is Lieutenant Donald Gelnick of Pensacola, Florida. He's standing beside me, and you've doubtless heard him instructing his men from time to time, if possible, through the roar of the ship. Lieutenant Gelnick, I'd like to have a few words with you, if I may. Just how many jumps have you made, Lieutenant? This will be my 14th jump. Your gang seems loaded down with gear, and so are you. Just what equipment do you have on you? I have a pistol, submachine gun, grenade, knife, 2 parachutes. How long are you usually in an area before you get it cleaned up and you can get back to a rear area? Anywhere from 2 days to 2 weeks. All depends on what kind of a greeting you get there, huh? That's right, what kind of a greeting we give when we get there. Okay, good luck, Lieutenant. One of the men who will be the first to jump out is at my left here. Where are you from, fella? I'm from Seattle, Washington. What's your name, by the way? Corporal Jim Ruoff. Well, Jim, I know they're mighty proud of you back there, and I know you're going to be able to do a good job when you hit down there. How you feeling? I'm feeling okay. How many jumps have you made, Jim? I made 14, just like the lieutenant. Well, I see you've been around quite a bit. This is practically old hat for you. Good luck, Jim. Time doesn't permit us to talk with all of these men here, but take my word for it, they look ready for the job. The cargo door these men will leave has just been released. You can probably hear the rush of wind just a few feet from our mic. Men are continually making final checks. When they get that red signal, Lieutenant Gelnick will step out first. The other men will step out right behind him. As they move out, a 15-foot cable attached to the static line running through the ship will automatically release their chute. As an extra precaution, as you heard, they wear a chest-type chute, too. The Pathfinder group has landed before us to mark the target area for our drop. The parachutists look like stuffed giants here, loaded down with everything essential for a thorough combat job. Submachine guns, knives, hand grenades, and so forth. You know they'll be down there when they land in the middle of the fighting. These airborne units drop everything from the commanding officer to the medical men and all their special equipment. There's tension aboard this plane now. For any second, we'll see the red light. There it is. They're checking out now. And here's the lieutenant to give you his orders and instructions for his men. All right, men, get ready. Turn up, hook up. take just about 10 seconds for those boys to get out over that drop zone. Equipment, the men are out. Those chutes are opening and they're settling down. We were throttled down to about 100 miles an hour at 600 feet over that drop zone. Now we're getting full throttle to move back to our field. Looking out the plane over to my left, we peel out, move out of the way. I can see them landing down there. They're making it all right. More planes are coming in behind us with paratroopers. The gliders will be coming in later. So that's our chapter in the airborne story. The big part of our job is over. We'll be back at our port soon, and you'll be hearing about these men below. This is your AAF combat reporter returning you to the United States.
Everybody happy, cried the sergeant looking up. Our hero bravely answered yes, and then they stood him up. He jumped right out into the blast, his static line unhooked. He ain't gonna jump no more. Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. He ain't gonna jump no more. Now there was blood upon the risers, there were brains upon the chute. Intestines were a-hanging from his paratroop of chute. They picked him up, still in the chute, and poured him from his boots. He ain't gonna jump no more. Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. He ain't gonna jump no more. Now the letter they sent home went to his wife and baby son. Madam, we regret to say your trooper's life is done. But hold your head up high, his name is written in the sky. He ain't gonna jump no more. Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. He ain't gonna jump no more. Now the baby son grew up and said, a trooper's life for me. A jumper like my daddy was is all I wanna be. I only hope that I can jump just half as well as he. He ain't gonna jump no more. Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die. He ain't gonna jump no more. Now they sent him to Afghanistan and then into Iraq. The bullet that came speeding out went deep into his back. He hit the ground, but his grenade found enemy on track. He ain't gonna jump no more.